Hello, and welcome to presentation about the statistics. Statistics is a tool that is included in your Bodygraph chart subscription. And today I want to demonstrate what statistic does, what it shows for you, and what's the benefit in actually using it. So to begin with, once you will open the statistics, what I recognize with the subscriptions when I'm visiting your accounts, once you reach us through the customer support, that not many of you actually using the statistics. How do I know? Because when you open the statistics first time, most likely you will see the terms and conditions that you would need to agree with prior actually using the statistics. What the most take out from the terms and conditions is that we do collect only full name, email address, and the date basically when the chart is collected, and the link to the chart. That also it's your responsibility to keep data safe and delete it if your customer requests to do so. And also probably most important takeout is that we do keep the information at the statistics for 90 days only. So that means as soon as the submission hits the 90 days mark, it gets deleted from our servers. So we do get asked sometimes if there is an option to restore the data longer than before than the 90 days. Answer is no, because we simply do not keep it anywhere. We do not store it anywhere. We store the data for 90 days only. And usually the statistics is set by default to show the current month's details. So if you will go to the January, sometimes our customers reach out to the support and say, oh my god, my all-chart submissions just disappeared. What happened? Most likely that you actually forgot to set the wider range of the submissions to see the full range. That means most likely it's the first or the second day of the month, and since it's set up for that month, and if there are no any submissions or just a couple submissions, you might think that data actually is gone, which is not entirely correct. So you just simply need to change the view to the wider range. So now for if you want to keep the data longer than 90 days, so there are two ways of doing so. You can actually export the file that's going to download for your CSV file, and then most likely you will have to do it periodically so that the data is not lost since it's going to reach that 90 days. So probably you will require to set up for yourself a reminder and export data periodically. What you will be able to export is exactly what you pretty much see on the screen. So it's going to be the date when its submission happened, the email field if your submission form has the email field enabled, the name of the customer, and you will see the link. However, export a file does not export the link to the customer's chart. Now, we often asked if we do collect the data about the customer, such as customer's type, date of birth, location, and so on. So no, we do not collect that data at the Bodygraph chart. And therefore, it is very important, if you want to collect that data and keep it for longer and collect extra data, we do recommend connecting either a newsletter app or the data storage app. And as you can see, we have quite a few direct integrations with probably the most popular app, data storage and the newsletter platforms such as Airtable, Notion, ActiveCampaign, Kit, ConvertKit previously, Brevo, Campaign Monitor, Flowdesk, and others. If you do not see the integration directly with the Bodygraph chart, you still might be able to make the connection either using our webhook and the platforms such as make.com as a bridge, or the Zapier if your other platform is compatible with the Zapier. So Zapier would be again a bridge between the Bodygraph chart and that app that you want to connect with. This way your data and your submissions will go straight away to your selected app. And let's just say I will show you the kit example that will allow you, not all the apps allows to attach the tags, but quite few allows to attach the tags. What that does, so it allows you to sort the subscribers at your newsletter platform, for example, kit. So that means you can send very targeted emails, for example, for specific type, let's say generators only or manifestors only. So tags allow you to actually benefit from that, filtration feature at your newsletter platform if that connection allows you to attach the tags actually. And also you can collect additional information. Now all integration, newsletter platform integration allows to actually collect that additional information, such as customer's date of birth, age, place of birth, the type, the profile, and especially the link to the chart. Link to the chart does not expire, and it's always a good idea to actually set up the automation or welcome email as soon as the customer generates the chart at your website, to send the link to the customer as a welcome email and send hello blank, this is the link to your chart and blank, and that will be replaced with the chart URL. Most of it, well, the setup at the different newsletter platforms varies, so the custom fields are included in different ways. So probably you should refer to your selected platform's guide how to actually include the custom fields into your email templates. So this installment of the very personal data to the emails when you send it to the customer makes the emails very personal, because you're talking about the customer, you're giving them my own details basically. So that's very important when you're building a relationship with your customers, and sharing the link to their chart, kind of locking the customer in with you. Nowadays we all have our emails in our pocket, basically in our mobile phones. So if you're sending the chart URL for the customer, it will basically will lock in the customer when they will come in across human design topic, for instance, with the friends or the event. They know that they already have charts somewhere, most likely saved at their email, and then all they have to do is just to go to your email and click that link and open the chart. They don't need to submit the form anymore. It opens straight away their chart, rather than actually googling again and most likely ending up somewhere else generating the chart again. So that is good idea always to set up that automation and send the chart link to the customers, because it kind of hooks up the customer, and that's an important step of the building a relationship with the customers. Now let's get back to the statistics. So what the statistics capture there? So basically you can see the chart calculations. It tells you what embed code it's generated at. If you will click on it, it will open for you a customer's chart. Now if you have specific features enabled at my content with your integration, that means that all the data will be shown for you here as well. If you do not see, for instance, date of birth, place of birth, most likely that your language that is attached to your embed code, and you can check it here. For instance, I have English language attached. Most likely that language at my content has that property hidden. So if you will go, for instance, to the chart result page, and you will see that there is an age, place of birth. If it has the crossed I, most likely it's hidden, and therefore you cannot see that at the statistics as well when the chart is generated. So you will need to actually adjust the language that is assigned to your chart integration. So then once you will open the chart calculated chart, you will see that details. Also, you will see the name of the customer, their email, and when the chart is submitted. So the good idea that you can see actually which embed code it's coming from. So maybe you will have multiple integrations, and our system allows you to have multiple integrations into your website as long as it's within the same domain or its subdomains. So you can actually have multiple integrations. Maybe you will have a landing page. Right now is the Christmas season, so that means maybe you have a landing page and prepared the Christmas embed code with Christmassy design, Christmas language, and some Christmas edition report. And we have one for you to use right now for the Christmas. So there is for astrology and the human design. So it's a good idea to actually set up that landing page for the Christmas events. And to show generosity for your customers is always a good idea, simply because they're more likely to linger around if they know that you're running some freebies on the specific events. So that allows you to see which chart actually you get charts calculated from, so you can see actually if customers using that that integration or that landing page that you set up, and you can track the details. Also, it's good to check, let's just say if you have app connected and suddenly your app does not get the new subscribers, something happened, but you can see that subscription, that generation of the chart is happening, but the subscriber does not land at your newsletter or data collection app. That is good indicator that something most likely happened with the app integration. Rarely happens. Sometimes accidentally deleted, for example, the credentials. It does happen sometimes, when you delete it by mistake, or this is a software. It can be a bug or the issue. Rarely happens, as I said, but that is a good indication for yourself to double check. Okay, so I have, for example, 3 submissions today. That means I can go and double check, okay, do I have 3 submissions and 3 subscribers that came in today at my newsletter or data collection app? And that's a good indicator that actually app connection is working perfectly. The other details that you can see here is the PDF downloads. The PDF downloads are the downloads from the button, little button that says download chart above the chart. If you have that enabled on your embed code. Reports download, that means the reports that are free and enabled as a widget either underneath or above the chart. And the reports sold are actually paid reports that are bought through the widgets underneath or above the chart, depending on the design that you will set up. The good thing is that also when you have a report sold, and let's say for instance, and it happens recently, sometimes customers reported, nowadays we're looking to block everything, to block the pop-ups, block the ads. And there are quite few browsers launched, maybe not recently, but let's say people discovering browsers that are super restrictive, blocking every single ad, blocking every single pop-up, blocking every single message that shouldn't be used. So when it's so restrictive browser, it can happen when the customer actually paid money, because our system works with the redirections and the pop-ups. So once the sequence of the events, customer submits the form, chart is generated, clicks buy now on the report widget, and then once they redirected to the checkout of your preferred payment method, and then once they redirected back, when the webhook sends them back to the chart result page, report usually pops up as a pop-up window with a download button for them, plus the email is sent for the customer, if you have that set up at the reading reports tool for the paid reports only. So if the browser is super restrictive, that means, they probably paid money, you received the money, but the pop-up never came up for them. So most likely customer will reach out to you and say, okay, what's going on? You took my money, give my report back. So this is a good place as well to visit, and actually you can click the link, download the report, and send for the customer PDF manually. So that's a quick solution. Or if you have and this is exceptionally for the paid reports. Only if you have email set up, and you can use either our domain or your own domain to set up email delivery so that customer will receive both the report download button and the email after purchase is made. So the statistics will have at the report sold, will have the button here. Obviously I don't have this, my testing account, but in here under the three little dots, apart from delete and view report, you will also see the button resend the email. Now bear in mind that sometimes if you have everything set up, and we do recommend whatever you set up, whether with Bodygraph chart or without Bodygraph chart, outside the Bodygraph chart, anything like automated systems, newsletters or anything, this is the lesson for life, to test it first yourself. So if you will set up payment for the report, set it like, let's say, $1 price, purchase it yourself, test it. If you receive a money, if you get a pop-up window with the download, if you receive an email, before you actually offer that for your customers, and then set the price up if everything is working. Testing prevents any issues. We have customers who make connection incomplete or incorrectly, and then makes it immediately live for the customers, and customers then having issues. So test it. This is very, very important. And another thing to note, that especially if you're using the Bodygraph chat domain for the email delivery, the email can actually land to the spam folder or even the trash folder. Again, it comes down to the email provider's settings. Nowadays we have settings that allow super big filtration of the emails to prevent the scams, and since the email sends the link to the report, it can be recognized and quote as, for example, a spam, and go into the spam or even trash if customers set up to send the spam straight to the trash. So that is something that you need to inform the customer about as well, that please check the spam folder or trash folder just in case. And also bear in mind that if you will resend the link, the report link is valid, if I'm not mistaken, for only a few days. I think 7 or 14 days, I don't remember exactly, but it's limited time. There is a window when they can actually download the report. So this is something that is worth to mention as well, that after the purchase, customers should download it as long as they will download in a couple of days, that's going to be absolutely fine. Also, once you will have a sales, this is my testing account, I do not have a lot of reports downloaded or PDFs or reports sold, so my statistics do not show the graphs, but you will be able to see the graphs and see basically how your business is doing. Are the chart generations or report sales are increasing, and this is a good indication for you to see if actually your business going well, or if you want to make the improvements, or maybe focus on the marketing and actually create a traffic to your website, increase the traffic to your website. Now, apart from the statistics, obviously there are a lot of other tracking systems that you can use and use alongside with the integration. Some codes that will track the behavior of the customers. That also is good idea. But this is what the statistics offers for you at the Bodygraph chart. And please use it. If you have a lot of submissions, and let's just say customer comes back to you and says I generated the chart with you, let's say last month or whatever, you can actually search them by their name, and let's say I want to book right now a reading with you, so you can actually input the name of the customer and open the chart straight away and prepare for the reading, so you won't need to request the details of the customers, because you will see their chart, and you can actually progress with preparation for your one-to-one reading with the customer. And this is a good user experience for your customer, that they don't need to provide the same details again and again. So this is really useful tool for overall tracking your system and using those little bits for the like one-to-one readings preparations, for tracking and checking which reports are sold the most if you have multiple reports sold, because you can see the names of the reports sold. So if you see that, for example, one specific report is sold the most likely that does not need attention. That means you need to focus on the reports that are sold the least. And let's just say if you recognize that something does not sell quite well, most likely that's where you should shift your marketing and proposals on your social media or any other platforms where you're advertising yourself. So this is a quick introduction about statistics. Now, if you have further questions about statistics or anything related to the Bodygraph chart, don't forget that we have, during the office hours, the live chat bubble here, or the email support@bodygraphchart.com. You can send us a question and we will be more than happy to assist you further. Enjoy your day, evening, morning, whatever it is for you right now while you're watching, and best of luck in using statistics.